Hello everybody, we are going to paint today our nice watercolor cherry blossom branch. You're going to want to have some of your paper taped down, paper towel, clean water. We're going to be using our new brush for this one. It's a cool bamboo brush. It's going to give us some really awesome ways to get these cool branches. So with that, you're going to pour some paint. You only need red and black for this. I'm gonna get this brush wet, loosen it up. Sometimes you have to let it get wet a few times and just let it soak in. It is also, when you're done using these bamboo watercolor brushes, you want to make sure to reform them back in, and it has a little hook here for hanging them. So that's how you get them to stay in their shape. So I'm going to start first adding some water to my black. So you squeeze out whatever colors you want. And once you have some of the paints on a palette too, it can be a paper plate or a plastic one, you can always reactivate them for a while anyway. So I'm going to start first with some of my black. I'm going to grab some of that kind of there. And grab a little bit, and I'm going to decide where I want to start with my branch. I'm going to kind of start over in the corner and curve its way up. So I'm grabbing a little bit of that black paint. I'm just going to lightly just pull wherever I want to create my branch. Whenever I want it to be a little bit thicker, you just apply a little more pressure. I'm going to grab more paint on there. So you can lift up sometimes, or even twist it, apply a little more pressure if you want. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna pull these ones right on up, and like I said, you can just lift and pull, and you make a nice easy branch here. So this one, I'm gonna make it kind of go off over here. I want to go into this guy. Grab a little bit more of your black paint with less water wherever you want it to be a little more dark. And I just come and I pull in here and I swoop. And you can just lift off. Just try pushing down, lifting. You don't have to be very aggressive with these. And you want to leave some white shining through on some of your bark and things like that too. Just very effortlessly, these Chinese watercolor. I'm just going to pull right on out and see if I just lift my brush. I twist it a little bit. Then go back and thicken wherever you want it to be a little bit thicker, always where they attach. The less I think about this, the better we're gonna do. I'm gonna pull a few more branches off of here. Everyone's gonna be different, okay? So in this one, I kind of pulled up from the top a little bit more and curved it. Any way you want. Start with your main branch, curve in there. Maybe I want this one to kind of curve back a little bit more. There we go. And definitely grab more of the paint once in a while that has more of a pasty feel to it. That's where you want it to be the darkest, and kind of dab on the branch where you want it to be dark. You can just dash up. There we go. That looks pretty good. I could always decide later if I want to add more. So now I'm going to make sure that I have some red. Get a little bit wet here. Oops, man. I need to pour some more red. Got a little bit of blue in it. I don't want purple blossoms, so I want some red. So whenever you want a little bit of your color, grab your color. Apply a little bit. There we go. I have a squeaky chair today. And I want to add a bit of water just in this red paint. And just twist your brush, grab a little bit. I'm just gonna start here. I'm just gonna dab. And then maybe I'm gonna have a few more that are gonna come out this way a little bit. They're gonna be a little bit lighter colored for ones that have more water. If you want a darker color, it's going to be more paint. Also, I just try to stay away from your branch. I'm not gonna actually attach any to my branch. I'm just gonna be outside a little bit. If you wanted to wait until it's all the way dry, you can let it dry and then come in and add the blossoms too. I'm just gonna create where I want it to look like there's a few kind of clusters out here. And just lifting, sometimes applying a little bit more pressure. I want a few of the blossoms that haven't opened yet to be a little bit darker, so I'm just using more paint. So maybe even a few on here. I'm not necessarily creating individual flowers. And a little bit more. I mean, you can if you want to try to create. I'm just doing some dots that are going to represent kind of our flowers. And I decided I wanted a few in here, so I put a few blossoms because now I can go back and add some more. And I definitely want it to, whoops, got a little bit of orange on there. That's okay. There to be a little bit more up over here too. And the key is also just leaving a bunch of white in between. There you go. And as I said in the other videos, we gave you tons of different paper. I want you guys to try these. Again, you might not get it perfect the first time, but you're going to learn from it. It's all about trying something new, doing something different. We also put that fine tip black marker in there too. So if you wanted to go in later and add some little dots into the centers of your blossoms, you can do that too. But thank you for painting this awesome cherry blossom with me, and we will see you next time.